in the game. Fucking yum. Hello, it's me again. Oh, hang on, don't get copyright strike. Boom, 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 etc., etc. I wish FOM just wouldn't claim that for the game, because it's really annoying having to constantly try and avoid the F1 theme song, considering it's A, it's so good, and B, it's an intrinsic part of the F1 content.
Red flag.
Yeah, good luck getting a red flag.
Science 1.1, Albon 0.8.
To be fair, there was a red flag in the Creator series that we did. So, red flags are working, etc. We had a VSC in the Creator series as well, didn't we? So, it is a thing, and they are working online, but for whatever reason, probably because the AI don't bloody crash, they're not happening in career mode. The AI are too good to make a mistake, which is a pain in backside. So we are in Japan today, as you can see. I did get your message, Daniel, yes. Racing on 95, AI don't overtake, massive DRS trains, no flies, etc. But you're competitive with the RB car, getting points every 3 races. Nice. Same. Racing on 95, AI don't overtake, massive DRS trains, no yellow flags. Would you be interested in challenge career stuff for content, or do you not care? Are you not bothered about it? Is it maybe something we do if we have some spare time? But we don't actually focus on it. It's a bit meh, is it? You can cheese the leaderboards if you were to focus. Oh. No point then. I think I remember seeing that fed back actually. Just needs tweaking, doesn't it? So people can't cheat it. Set our goals. Achieve an average corner speed of 122 miles an hour. Is that doable at Japan? Probably, with 130R, etc. Been doing some test night during early access. Yeah. Hopefully they tweak it. It might have been Alex that fed it back actually. Just empty the bin. Here's empty benches. I hope I get a dry race, Daniel. I hope I get a dry race. Right, let's tweet out, shall we? Then we can start recording. Japanese Grand Prix weekend on F124. Woo! I wonder how well that Create Series video is actually doing compared to the career mode stuff. If I go here, can I get to studio from here? There we go, YouTube Studio. Not as well, but actually not terribly, which is refreshing. Hopefully everyone's enjoying it. I'll check the comments after I go offline. You can get a better score by passing, being passed, repassing, being passed, repassing, etc. The same car over and over compared to just winning the race. Yeah, exactly. It's just not well. They haven't anticipated people trying to cheat the system. I do play F1 with a controller, Ali, yes. Right, let's hit record. We are recording and ready to go. Japanese, left hand, Japanese Grand Prix. Yeah, I don't know why YouTube does that. That's so annoying, isn't it? You have to like create a new event every time. Logic. If they ever change that, it will be to the betterment of the platform. Right. It's Japanese Grand Prix weekend for us this time around. Thank you for your support on this save so far. I very much appreciate it. Of course, there was a Creator Series episode went live the other day as well, so do check that out if you missed it. I mean, F2 in that this season. And we were at Monaco. Very entertaining couple of races with a sprint and the feature race as well in F2, so well worth your watch. Thank you to those of you that did. Do drop the video a like if you're enjoying the content, of course, and make sure you continually are subscribed to the channel with the notification bell ticked, and you won't miss out on anything else here in this save. At the moment, what we've been doing actually has been doing quite well. Point in our last 2 races in Saudi Arabia and Australia, hoping to replicate that in Japan if we can, although this is less of a DRS trainee circuit, so might be more Bahrain than Japan and Australia, but we'll wait and see. Of course, we want to go to the race weekend and find out what the weather's going to do, because that could dictate really everything. We've elected or selected all of our specialists for this race weekend, and praise be to the weather gods. It is dry all weekend in Japan. I don't enjoy driving in the wet on this game. Not yet, anyway. Certainly need a bit more practice. A couple of development pieces have passed. As you can see, a couple of development pieces have failed. But, oh, thank God for that. Right, I'm going to jump straight into the driving action on track. For those that are watching on stream, you can do so yourself on the link in the description down below. There will also be a link in the description down below now for Sim Racing Centre as well. If you want to get yourself some setups for your F1 24 gameplay, use the promo code Chesnoid at checkout and you get yourself a cheeky discount, and I'll make a little bit as well. I'd appreciate it. Right. Japan. Brilliant circuit to drive. Super fun to race at. So let's go and enjoy ourselves, shall we? Yes, Ches, let's do that. Okay.
Konnichiwa and
welcome
welcome
Konnichiwa!
to track. Love.
Right. I've got all of my setups saved now, so I can just bosh that on there. Fantastic.
They told you about the new parts that have come in from the factory.
They
right?
did actually,
well,
yeah.
They're all fitted and good to go. I hope they do the trick.
Fuel management, time management strategy. Is the hard tyre an option around here? What's it like? 16 laps, 31 laps, 47. Significantly slower, but does last a long way. Hard tyre was an option for you, though, was it? Okay, good. Well, we'll do the time management on the hard then. And please remind me before we go to qualifying to change my components. You got a dry weekend as well, did you, Daniel? Banging, mate. You love to see it.
This test is all about tyre management. Try to control the slip through each corner and take extra care putting the power down at the apex.
Oh, yeah. Rear instability, forgot about that. Oh. Very much rear instability, jeez. This was a section of the circuit that I adored on F123. I think it's going to take a bit of getting used to on 24. Quite clearly see that time-wise we're absolutely fine, but I need to look after my tyres a bit better. Ashley, thank you for the 40 bets, mate. You won in Japan in McLaren, starting second. You and Max have finished first and second in every race so far. GG, dude. Flying. Christ, that was so responsive. There they are. I think we can probably get purple in this, can't we? We'll try again. It's terrible, Tess. It's just so it's so twitchy at the front end. Can't drive it anywhere near you can on 23. This is literally my first lap or two of Suzuki. I could take it a bit easier because of the deltas, because the delta's so kind.
Because temperature's so important for your tyres, cool down laps are now vital after a push lap so that we don't light up the rubber too much. Not to mention recharging the battery.
Go into the purple. We'll be able to maintain that for the rest of the lap. I'm good, thank you, Tom. How are you, mate? Those of you on stream, if you wanted to get setups, !SRC will give you the link, or !setups, either or. You enjoyed Sector 1 more on 24 once you got the hang of it, did you really? That's intriguing. Really got to be careful on traction on exit there. Purple, yay!
Okay, test complete, and that was a really good job indeed. We got a lot of valuable information out of that. Well done.
Thanks, Mark. That's very kind of you. Fuel management I could probably do on a soft tyre, so let's do race management on the mediums. The medium is going to be the race tyre of choice. Maluku, thank you for the follow, mate. Welcome to the channel, dude.
Okay, give us some good, consistent laps, please. We're looking for good data that we can work into a race strategy.
On 23, you just felt like you were constantly on the edge around here, which actually was quite nice. Well, the front just feels like it's far too reactive still, I think. Although am I driving with the F1 settings or still with the F2? So let me actually not edit. Let me go back to that. Enable. That should make a difference. Front won't be quite so responsive with that setup or with that controller input. Might be nicer to drive. The F2 cars definitely need the higher steering rate, but F1 cars, I don't feel like they do. Might feel a little bit more familiar now. It says. And puts in a wall. Should give me a tow, Alex. That'd have been nice. Not that I need it. Yeah, it might be the setup not aligning with my style for 23 as well. That felt better. Just with the change in the steering rate. We don't need a brake run there at all, or lift, given the nature of the handling model this year. Degner one's probably just completely flat now, isn't it? A little bit reluctant to turn in there. Caught the grass on the way in there, so the back end slipped. I really need to sort the battery out. Like, I've been in hot lap for a whole lap. We've got 85% battery still. Doesn't work as intended, I'm sure, at the moment. I'm not getting the hang of 1 and 2 yet. Yeah, that was. I purposely tried to take that flat, and it very nearly is. Probably could have been if I got my timing right. I timed it worse that time. Yeah, you can take that. Whoa, absolutely flat. It's going to be at that speed, and with the handling being as sharp as it is, it's going to be quite difficult to time it right. But if you can take them on flat, you're fine. Setups plural, Daniel. Yeah, running 100% engine braking regains so much battery, you're right. And Peppo! Woo! Actually, didn't we get in the habit of doing all 5 laps? Just to get enough information for the tyre and fuel feedback. Yeah, see, you go into one and it turns in initially, and then it feels like it goes again. I turn in, and then it doesn't quite translate just in viewing. I feel like I turn in, and it grips up, then understeers slightly, pushes further, and then, like there, understeers, and then grips up again. It's really odd. Can't quite explain the feeling, nor is it really... Yeah, I can feel it, if you know what I mean. Like you turn, it grips, then understeers, and you go straight, and then you end up missing the... or messing up turn 2, whereas if it just gripped and then stayed at the same place, like it did last year, rather than the weight balance moving, then it would be fine. Steady. Steady. It's more of an issue on wheel, is it? It's just more extreme for wheel users, yeah. Hopefully, difficulty-wise, we'll be able to start upping it soon. I feel like I'm getting better at the game. Although, I'm sure once the AI is actually properly retrained, I'll start to slip further backwards again. There you go. So if you actually turn in later, then that double turn-in effect actually works in your favour, and you don't turn in too sharply for turn 2. Just doesn't make literally physical sense, but doesn't make literal physical sense. But you know, just the lift run, they don't even need to. They're having the brakes. They need to. Yeah, if I went into time trial and tweaked these setups just slightly more so for my own driving style, I'm sure I could get myself quicker as well. Obviously, not able to use SRC setups in time trial.
Program complete. And
Program complete.
job well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can take you through the numbers.
Still got one more thing to do, but thank you, Shooter. This is season 1, Tyler, yes. The way that the tyre wear supposedly changes. Like, between lap 4 and 5, it levels off, doesn't it? With the expectation. Mine doesn't really show that. Or is there just a... it's more actually that there's a drop for lap 4, isn't there, really? I need to change that on the command as well, don't I? And then on the difficulty... I have an AI set up? I don't have an AI command for the YouTube stream. Let me just set one up there. Exclamation mark AI. To do. Come on. There we go. 2 minutes. Every 2 minutes. What upwards trajectory on your graph? Alright, fuel management. We'll do that in a set of softs. So I should be able to at least get the lap time with a soft tyre. It's just a case of whether I can... Oh my god, it's so responsive.
As much as it can whilst keeping under the minimum lap time.
feel like it got more responsive as it went round. That was weird. Good, thank you, Darren. How are you, mate? Tried to time that, try and get it back up into the purple, but we couldn't do it. Just have to be green, I think. I'll try and get it purple this lap if I can. Thank you, Pierre. I did that horribly, actually. Looked at the Delta and drove off the track. And just completely fucked the restart. Well done. Come on, Tez, get this right. Yay!
Okay, test
I did it. Look
is
at me
complete,
go.
and that was a really good job indeed. We got a lot
JW,
of
thank you for the
valuable
follow, mate.
information out of that. Well done.
we get 5 on each as well? 5, 5. Oh, I only got 4 in the time management. That's annoying. I'll retire from the session.
Sadly, it's time to say goodbye as free practice is
I have not qualified yet, Jahid. That was practice. First time. Wee. That very, very, very rarely happens. Don't forget to change your parts. Don't forget to change your parts. Don't forget to change your parts. Super G is not right. Don't forget to change your parts. Resource points accrued again. Another 300 for us. You really don't gain as many resource points, or anywhere near as many resource points, actually, as you do or did on previous iterations of the game. My experience is now gone up to 53. Oh, good. And we're just a teeny smidge away from being 68 rated here. The growth is going to be pretty exponential in these early seasons. But obviously, as we get further and further up the rankings, then you're going to need more and more XP to get up to that next rating. And it's going to take a while to actually do it. So with qualifying on the way, I am actually going to remember this time to go and change my parts. So I'm going to change those components for the next session. And we will not use those worn bits. We'll have completely fresh components all around the car. And fingers crossed, that contributes to a very competitive weekend. Qualifying next.
a warm welcome, everybody, from a venue that has seen plenty of sensational laps over the years. Remember, Verstappen in 23.
Oh, one of the
Vettel in
perks from the
2019.
specialist increases
Some
resource gain, does
phenomenal
it?
pole laps.
It's intriguing. Right. I might go out mid-session. When there's significantly less cars on track, like now. Just make sure actually I'm not completely fully laden with fuel. We're not. And see if one lap is enough to get me through here. Try and save the tyres. Not that the soft tyre really is a very good race tyre here.
We've dropped to P20.
Okay, other than turns 1 and 2, that felt quite smooth actually. I made a mistake. First lap time in Q1. I'm hoping to only have to run once here in this session. So 130.2, which splits the Mercedes. Oh, apparently we have some pace around Suzuka. Who saw that coming? Surely that 30.2 4/10 off Max Verstappen is going to be enough to get me through with just one run in Q1. I've got significant time in the pocket there with 30.2. It's faster than the Ferrari. Obviously, you expect the track to ramp up and those drivers in the faster cars to get quicker as the session progresses from 1 to 2 to 3. K-Mago is absolutely bloody nowhere in the sister Haas, but that is one run and us through in P11. So other drivers did improve with a second run. Crucially, though, we didn't go for a second run, and I end up 5 tenths off the pace, almost exactly, with a 5:01 being the difference between my time and Lance Stroll in first. Yes, okay, that says to me that there is more time on the table for the majority of other drivers. If Lance Stroll is putting it P1 in Q1, then no one else was trying their hardest. What the fuck? Check Stroll's files indeed. Go and do a banker lap. Hello, Finn! How do? Lance can go P1, then surely we can. Yeah, exactly. This is just a bank lap on a worn set of tyres. So maximising this isn't going to be important. Softs really don't last long around here at all, do they? Cannot seem to get the hang of 1 and 2 though, with the sensitivity at the front end. Me and this handling model don't click. So far.
Okay, we've been pushed down to P13.
Make that P6, pal. Oh yeah, you can see what they were aiming for with the handling model. Just haven't quite nailed it yet, but I haven't played the test build that a handful of us have access to, but supposedly it is improved. Definitely going to want to save that set of mediums, aren't we? So we did a 30.2 in Q1. Fernando Alonso a 29.7. Yeah, I get the feeling Q1 wasn't really representative of everyone's true pace around here.
Okay, engines fired up, we're set. position. We need a good lap here or we're out of qualifying. Come on. Drop to P11.
We might well be more competitive here because of the fresher parts. Something to factor in, mentioned in the commentary piece. Oh, that's horrible, Jez. You've thrown that well. It was a purple sector 1 as well. We're just throwing away about half a second there. I was 7/10 up on Piastri. Although, obviously, they've now gone and set faster lap times. Yeah, that mistake, Zugzagna 1, is going to cost me my progression out of this session, I think. Where are you going? There's no other way to phrase it. I've had an absolute stinker of a lap. A couple of mistakes that just aren't really worth showing you, to be completely honest. We are going to improve on the lap, but it's an absolutely dead lap time. We had so much more pace in the car than that. I lost at least half a second, if not more, with the mistakes. I think we're more competitive here because we've put the fresh parts in, and I'm questioning whether the AI actually are updating their parts. But yeah, I absolutely could have made it into the top 10 there without any question or shadow of doubt. So I'm slightly annoyed at myself for that, but P11 will be where we start the Grand Prix, which is only one place behind our previous personal best. But I'm expecting, hoping here, to really properly challenge for decent points based on the pace advantage that we've had. Pace has gone up there, but it could perhaps have gone up even more. And we are now 68 rated. You love to see it. Qualifying position versus expected +9. It could have been significantly more than that still too. Never mind. Let's go and figure out our strategy and see if we might well get a personal best finish here today. $53 laps. James, thank you very much for the follow, mate. Welcome to the channel, pal. Merci beaucoup. Thanks, mate. Good to see you. How are we? It takes forever to load, doesn't it? Describe it for us, HP.
We come to you live today from the Mie Prefecture.
It depends what other people bet as well,
Honshu
Jahid.
For a race that... Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for
Is it
today's
going to
race.
be a Max Verstappen pole
Max
again?
Verstappen
Yes,
put in
it
a
is, but
fantastic
not
lap
by
yesterday,
much. A
and he'll
29
start from
flat
pole position.
in
And
Q3 from him. And
Alonso
Fernando Alonso
completes the
has
front
been
row.
on
Looking
it
down the rest
this
of the grid,
weekend. That
we
Aston
have
Martin does look
Hamilton,
supposedly
Russell,
very, very competitive here.
Perez,
Perez and
Sainz
Sainz in 5th and 6th. Where's Leclerc? Down in
Oscar
7th. Not a
Piastri,
great lap for him. Stroll, and I'm in P10, which says that
Albon,
someone's taken a penalty.
Norris,
That someone is Lando
Ocon,
Norris.
Joe,
Starting P12
Bottas,
directly behind me.
Gasly,
Will be faster than me, and you
Sargent,
imagine at some point
Ricciardo,
will get past.
Sonoda,
I wish Kevin
and
Magnussen wasn't quite
fills
so
the
rubbish,
lap and
because the
alongside
Haas
me
is
today.
faster than he's currently showing at the moment.
Okay, we've got that relief of having points on the board finally. So
Yeah,
let's
we
keep
do.
that form up and get another top 10 finish today, please.
Reckons a one stop is doable here. The soft is not a great race tyre. I would be inclined to do that the other way around. To start on the hard and to then end on the medium. If we can do 28 laps, I'll go 30-23. We'll aim for around lap 30 and then lap 23. Fuel-wise, I've absolutely no idea here what to expect, but as you can see, we are maxed out at 110 kilos, which is only half a lap's worth of extra fuel. Which is not going to be much to get us around this circuit. Japan is not a massive drinker, but it's also not a massive fuel conservation effort either here, so we might need to save fuel at some point. It's doable though, certainly, into the hairpin and into turns 1 and 2 as well, and into the chicane also, so there are opportunities available for us. We're starting in P10, which is actually a joint personal best after the last round, thanks to Lando Norris's penalty. It's not necessarily a joint... It's not necessarily a personal best qualifying, but it is a personal best start. We'll phrase it that way. Right, I'm going to go do the formation lap, warm my tyres up, and then hopefully points again today would be lovely. Let's give you guys on Twitch a predicciones, shall we? We'll say where will Chase finish? We'll give you the opportunity to say, will I finish P8 or higher, P9 or lower? Am I going to get a personal best finish here? You guys tell me. Managing Napoli won the league on the last day. Level on points with Inter due to head-to-head records. Lifted the title post-game. For some reason, it's now showing a playoff position after the season has ended. And now, on the league table screen, doesn't show C for champions. It just says the UCL. That's odd. I don't know, in all honesty, what that is. Right, I'm going to have a quick toilet break before we then obviously have our 53-lap Grand Prix, so I shall be back in a moment, and hopefully you guys will have voted with your channel points in the meantime. BRB. Which way did everyone vote? Fortnite and EA player, thank you very much for the follow, mate. Let's have a look. 77% reckon we are going to get a P8 or higher. 15 of you. Bring that up on screen. 15 of you reckon P8 or higher. But 10 of you reckon P9 or lower, which could still be points, obviously. Could still be points, but more of you reckon that we will actually get a really solid result here. Well, let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. It might be a terrible decision to start on the hards. Equally, it could also make our race.
Okay, so our system checks are good. We need to stay in formation and start bringing the car up to temperature, please. Get some load into the tyres and work the brakes. We want them nice and warm by the end of this lap.
Yeah, no anti-stall today. I saw someone else complaining of that bug, actually, Daniel. They couldn't get out of third practice. Let me check. Where was he talking about it? So Ethan said, career mode save is stuck in an FP3 loop. It won't load out of the session. It glitched when he was trying to quick practice and it didn't load in. So then he went to the main menu and back in, at which point it loaded the screen with his resource points, etc. But then loaded him into practice 3. He's now stuck in a loop of being in the practice session and never getting out of it. Does that sound familiar to you, Daniel? These hard tyres don't want to warm up, do they?
No threat of rain for the time being. Conditions look good.
Really struggling to get any sort of tyre temp. Hopefully that's not a thing for the race as well. 0.8 meters, not great, but not horrendous. Everyone on mediums, we're on hards. I think it might be a case of everyone is on a medium hard one stop here. No anti-stall today, and actually on the hard tyre, a very decent start. Piastri doesn't get away very well. Been mobbed by Alex Albon there in the Williams, and I've got a car on my inside here. Jesus Christ, Piastri is a madman. That is a lunge and a half. He's thrown himself there. Lando Norris has managed to sneak through as well. Both McLarens take me, forced off track. Now Zhou Guanyu's managed to make it through as well. I know we're probably going to have a bit of a sluggish start here, being on the hard tyre, but whew, some of them were very aggressive there. Piastri lunging up the inside into turn 1. And yeah, that lack of tyre temperature that we couldn't get in during the formation, that at the minute, I'm really feeling it. The tyres do feel cold. They do feel like I'm driving on ice. And I'll have to be careful that I don't get dropped. Hopefully, a lap or two at racing speed to Zhou Guanyu gives me an extra little bit of space. We'll actually get the tyres up to temperature rather quickly. And we can fight back from there. I feel like we've got good pace here around Suzuka. Just a case of we actually show it or not. Expected Lando to get past us anyway. So to be P11. Electric start from Alex Albon though, wasn't it? There was no stopping him. It might be a case of the race comes back to us anyway with these hard tyres. But at the minute, I didn't expect the deficit to be quite so strong.
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Tyres are up to 10. Finally. Zhou is starting to fall off the back of the McLarens in front, and I bet Alex Albon starts to hold them up. I've just noticed that the Aston Martin of Fernando Alonso has taken the lead of the Grand Prix. Oh, Esteban Ocon's having a cheeky look up the inside of the hairpin there. I'd rather you didn't do that, pal. Alonso leads. He and Verstappen gapping the two Mercedes. Game on. Late braking, we were able to get ourselves DRS there, which is going to be huge. As soon as we lose it, that's when the medium tyres really will take over. I had to use a lot of battery though out of Spoon 2 to stick with Zhou, but Esteban Ocon seems very reluctant at the moment to attempt to make a move on me, so long may that continue. And we'll keep ourselves, in a minute, P13. Max Verstappen has taken the lead of the race back again, I've just noticed. On the minimap bottom left, there is a Red Bull in the deep blue circle, ahead of the dark green circle. The Aston Martin. Nice to see the AI actually overtake each other. It doesn't seem to happen that often at the moment with the current version of the game, but I'm sure it will be patched soon. Ocon's been rather reluctant to have a go at me, but it might just be because the Alpine's a bit of a pooper of a car, which is definitely a factor. So much quicker than me out of Spoon 2 though. I'm going to not spend all of my battery because I'm not going to get that time back. I'm just going to try and defend down the straight with ERS, whilst the others have DRS. It's so quick in a straight line. We're playing the long game. They will be similarly paced to ourselves at the end of the race, and we will be similarly paced to them at the end of the race. So, in theory, we should be faster, right? Ocon, having a look, having a look, having a look, and not going for it. I did, to be fair, kind of cut across me a little bit there. Now we're waiting for their medium tyres to go off and for our hard tyres to come into their own. So we'll have to wait a considerable period of time for that crossover. But when the crossover comes, it's from that point that we then should be, provided everyone else is on a one-stop, which we believe they are, I can ask. It should be from that point that we are the fastest car on track. We might actually have a fastest lap point opportunity today. If, of course, if I can finish inside the top 10. At least a chance to get the fastest lap. Anyway.
Shoes ahead of you now. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 1.9 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 3 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. Your last lap time, 1 minute 34.2. Okay, you're dropping back by around 2/10 each lap.
Ocon's got a run on me there. I was wide, out of spoon 2. Esteban's going to get me into 130. Here comes Valtteri Bottas for good measure as well. I had to go wide there. Yeah, lead position. I was able to hold the position by going off track and running wide. So by the letter of the law, I gained an advantage, and Esteban gets the position because I have to give it back to him. Now here comes Valtteri Bottas having a look. It was a risky play to go hard medium, not medium hard. But I'm still determined to make it work for us. And I still think it can. It's actually quite refreshing to get overtaken by the AI, to be honest. Rather than just have them sit behind me and not make a bloody move. Or not commit to the move. Bottas having a look at Ocon into 130R, failing miserably at getting it done. So it's cost them. Oh, I broke too late. Never mind. Do that again. Bottas having a look at Esteban Ocon into 130R, but just not quite got the overspeed to get it done. It has cost them both time, however, which has gotten us back within DRS range, which is very, very nice indeed. Probably doesn't even need to be included, that, to be honest. So what's Daniel saying about his issue? Oh yeah, you can't validate files on console, can you? Yeah, save file might be corrupted, which would be a shame. But at least we're only 4 Grand Prix in, so you can quickly redo it, can't you, Daniel? You could do 5-lap Grand Prix, couldn't you? Or 3-lap Grand Prix for the Grand Prix that we haven't, or the Grand Prix that we've already done, and that would quickly get you to the point of where we are now, wouldn't it? Bottas looking at Esteban Ocon into turn 1 and getting the move done. Valtteri Bottas very brave in that kick Sauber. It's an absolute dog of a car in real life. Oh, don't touch the grass, Ches. But here, Valtteri's able to get the move done on the Alpine, which is also a bit of a dog of a car in real life. This car feels like a bit of a dog right now with a hard tyre on, but I can only repeat myself so many times that we anticipate the race will come back to us. Probably going to have to take these hard tyres quite away in terms of their wear, though. We look at the wear here. We're about 1% a lap on the rear, which is fine because we're going to lap 30. Maybe slightly over because we're... Concentrate, Ches. We're on lap 6. And they're 6% already. Fronts might get to about 40%, maybe closer to 45, using quite a bit of VRS here to try and stay ahead of Pierre Gasly. And that's why, at times, you hear me go, stop talking, Jez, concentrate on your driving, because I've cost myself 2 seconds worth of race time there. And now Pierre Gasly's going to have a look at me. He thought about it, he backed off, he thought about it, he backed off again, and as a result, the V-Carb is going to go have a go at me around the outside of Daniel Ricciardo. We got a bit of a run. We've been able to hold the position. Oh my lord, this is getting feisty now at the back. I need to make sure that I can hold on to as many positions as possible here to try and get back later. Daniel's having a look though. Can I hold him off around the outside of turn 1? Yes.
Okay, here's the gap that we're trading the car ahead by. 3.3 seconds.
Straight line speed. 10% front left after 7 laps. Daniel, if you could not just ease off the throttle that hard there, that would be great. Down to P16 for the time being. Trying to factor out in my head what the tyre wear will be. It's 10% after 7 laps. Then we will be 40% after 28 laps if it is linear. Meaning we should be about 42-ish by lap 30, there or thereabouts, maybe. On the front left, and the front right is about the same now, isn't it? 10%-ish on the fronts, 8%-ish on the rears. We are going to have to take the hards to lap 30 to make sure that the mediums last. Right, don't make a mistake here this time, Ches. Well done. Now stick with Daniel Ricciardo, and hopefully he can drag us back to Ocon and Bottas.
Car in front is a second a lap faster, 1 second.
Yeah, no he's not.
You've lost some time to the car behind. Okay, mate, lap times are a little erratic at the moment. Let's try and close up the difference between them.
Achieve an average lap time of 1:37.1. I'm consistently doing 1:35s. I'll be honest, Mark. I think you've been a little bit too lenient there. That should be the most straightforward thing I've ever done. going to try and use some ERS to get an overtake there, but I got a poor exit. Tyre crossover could be about lap 20, yeah, there or thereabouts. I feel like actually we've got a bit more pace in Daniel right now. Starting to feel like I'm getting held up a bit. I'll still wait until the main straight to overtake him. I'm not going to take him into the chicane and then give him DRS on me. We'll make sure we've got enough of a gap through the rest of the lap, hopefully, and take him into turn 1. Pierre Gasly's getting a little bit optimistic. Maybe thinks he's going to get a move down there. Right, now I need to concentrate on getting a good exit out here. We have done well enough. Now with ERS and DRS, oh, he says as he forgot to turn his DRS on. Fuck me, Ches, concentrate. Fucking hell. Oh, it's ruined the entire highlight, hasn't it? Well done, Nobbed. Fucking hell. I'll wait another lap. I don't understand why I'm not able to talk and race at the same time right now. I apologise, chat. Go well, didn't it? Try not to do too many flashbacks throughout the course of the career. Panda, thank you for the follow, mate. Apologies that that was the first thing you saw when you followed. Right, should we do exactly the same as what we did on that last lap on the next lap, so it actually makes it into the highlights? Okay. Did it again. Cross line, press Y and it didn't work.
7 seconds.
We're definitely faster than Daniel Ricciardo now. We're getting held up a little bit.
Right, we need to get past here.
We do, you're right, Mark. Well spotted, pal. I am going to try and do that. Thank you for pointing out the obvious. Wait until... Oh, it's really slow there. Wait until after the DRS zone and try and maybe do it down the main straight so that we then have a full lap to try and gap him before he then has the opportunity to use ERS down that straight or DRS down the main straight on me the same way that I'm going to do it on him. I need to get a good exit here. A little bit too much wheel spin there really for my liking, but so we can do ERS, DRS, Daniel-esque, lit the postage stamp and send it into turn 1. That, oh, he says as it goes wide, is P15 back again, which is not something I thought I'd be saying when we saw the pace in qualifying. Now then, can we gap Ricciardo behind? Is the crossover point where the hard tyre becomes better than the medium tyre actually happening about now? So they are going to be about halfway through their stint, and I'm not yet halfway through mine. And if the tyre wear is about the same in terms of the percentage through the stint, then we should have an advantage now. And you'll notice the gap has grown behind to nearly over a second already, and the gaps in front are starting to decline. We might have hit the crossover point significantly earlier than we thought we were going to, which is both a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing because it means we can close in on those around us. It's a bad thing because it means when we put our medium tyres on, they're not going to last as long as we thought they might do.
Okay, gap to the car
We're
ahead.
burning a lot of ERS down this
5
straight.
seconds.
A hell of a lot.
Okay, the car behind is dropping back. We're seeing a gap starting to form.
Yep. That's the plan. Oh, it's just a little bit too tight in there. You can tell the tyres are going for them because we gain loads of time through Sector 1 where you really do have to lean on your tyres. We are able to carry so much more mid-corner pace, much higher apex speed, and as such are quite comfortably now pulling away from Daniel Ricciardo behind and significantly closing on the two in front. Because we see that the medium tyre isn't lasting as long as we hope that it would, I may, depending on the race situation at the time, consider extending this stint a little bit. We might try and take these tyres a little bit further to ensure that we don't have as long on the medium tyre. But it depends how much pace these have towards the end of this stint, otherwise we might just be forced into making the decision to come in and box. I'm happy enough so far that we are recovering our race. Go Brown. Front six have just gone, haven't they? In fact, it's the front five. Lance Stroll is doing a very good job of holding up an entire train of cars right now. This is, ultimately, chat, this is the issue, isn't it, at the minute with the AI? There are 20 cars on track, and they're literally just sat in 4 different DRS trains. He needs a massive rebalance. It's not great for content right now, but hopefully when it does get patched, it will be good. We know that they can do it, because F1 23 was a really fucking good game. So, do that again, please. Ta.
Okay, gap to the car in front.
That bit was for
2.7
stream,
seconds.
not for VOD. Don't know when the patch is coming yet, Angry Chef, no. Ocon and Bottas having a look at each other into turn one.
This is good, you're catching the car ahead. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 4.2
This
seconds.
is probably why the gap has been closing quite so much in front. Although,
Behind started to drop back.
it's not too
The gap
dissimilar
is
from what it
getting
was.
smaller. Make the most of it.
If you add the time together, from the gap in front and the gap behind, it was about 5 seconds, and it's still about 5 seconds. So I don't know as we are massively gaining on those in front because they're battling. We're just massively gaining on those in front because we're faster. Thank you, Duck Next Door, for the 16th month with Prime Gaming. Appreciate it, dude. Me, the missus, 3-year-old and 9-month-old, all sat watching. Something about you mesmerizes these kids. Appreciate it, dude. Hi, kids! To be fair, it's probably just the nature of the Formula 1 game, isn't it, that mesmerises them a little bit. And the audio as well. Because I know a lot of people like to sit and have the F1 streams on in the background, and just listening to the engine go up and down is quite therapeutic for people.
Let's use overtake and burn off some of this.
Yeah, the game has great white noise. Exactly. Maybe I should play some of my streams back to Jude when he's trying to sleep. Might actually help. Slightly deep on the brakes there, but hopefully it doesn't cost me too much. Still the gap's at about 5 seconds, isn't it? From P14 to P16, that gap between Ocon and Ricciardo isn't really changing. They are getting quite feisty in front though, aren't they? Very much so. I'm coming, lads. I'm not that far away from you now. We're only just past half stint distance here. We want to go to lap 30 on these, or we've just started lap 16.
The gap to the car ahead. It's currently 2 seconds up the road.
Not anymore, it's not. It's 1.3. We should be within DRS range by the end of this lap. And the race changed. %, isn't that bad, to be fair. Yeah, they just need a tweak, Seamus. They just need a tweak, don't they? Thank you for the follow, Katie Maderense. Welcome to the channel. And Adribigel Grande. We are indeed now within DRS range of Esteban Ocon and Valtteri Bottas. Slightly wide in there, but now if it was just one car, we could throw a dive bomb somewhere.
Good job on hitting that target, mate. Nice work.
But with it
Still a long
being
way to go, though.
2 cars, I can't just throw it somewhere and hope that it sticks, because I'll run into another car. So we're gonna have to try and pick these guys off either one at a time, slowly, or both together as quickly as possible. And I'm not sure which is the more likely at the moment. But the gap behind now 5 seconds plus. Gasly is past Ricciardo, so the Alpine is starting to make some moves of its own. Thank you for the bits, Danny. Just drive faster, innit? I mean, I'm going to give it a good old go, pal. If I can sneak past Ocon somewhere and then nab Bottas. Like, if I can get past Ocon into the chicane and then nab Bottas down to turn 1, that would be great. I do have a bit of a run on him here, but I don't quite think I'm in a position to challenge into Spoon. It's not really an overtaking position. I use a lot of battery here down this straight. There might come a point, if I keep an eye on the Delta, where we start to have a bit of a pace advantage. This is that point. Here is where I could try and get Esteban Ocon. I'm going to have to go around the outside of the chicane. He has eventually left me some space, and I've popped it on the grass and lost the back end. All right, we go again. We try again next lap. But it looks like that could be a technique that, if I got it right, would work. Albon in the pits. Alex Albon in the box. He's two-stopping. So there are some two-stoppers today. Although how many of them, I'm not sure. I've lost the ability to talk to my pit wall again, which isn't particularly ideal. Have to do a mid-session save, I think, to be able to get that back. I'm not close enough really this lap. Save my battery and we'll go again next lap. How about you chill, James? It's a bot. So how about you grow up a little bit? Macaulay, thank you for the subscription on YouTube, mate. Appreciate it, dude. If you're the same Macaulay from Twitch, regardless, if you're not the same Macaulay from Twitch, I appreciate the follow. Just gonna plug my headset in. Can't seem to ever get the start of a race right. Crashing into someone and then having a broken front wing. Any suggestions? Practice, probably, is the best thing you can do, Frantic. Just continued practice. And over time, you will get better. You could just go into Grand Prix mode and just keep doing race starts. Like restart the session, do a race start. Restart the session, do a race start. Restart the session, do a race start. And that way, you're getting to constantly repeat the process and improve that way, hopefully. Okay, look, I'm not going to ban you straight away, but I'm just going to time you out, James. How about you just grow up a little bit? All right, this isn't the usual Twitch stream where people are just knobheads in chat. This is a calm, chill, nice space for people to come and hang out. So let's try that, shall we, when you come back? Can I get close enough here? Not really. It's still better on exit out of the chicane than me.
Gap to your teammate behind, 6.9 seconds. Increasing the gap on the car behind by 5/10 of that.
Wide. But if my front tyres are already over 25% now, Not that we know, actually, or not that I've had it confirmed, that there is a 25% drop-off this year like there was last year. I don't know whether it's more linear this year.
Right,
I
need to
imagine
get past
so,
it.
with the changes they've made to the handling and to the tyre model. But regardless, if mine are already in the mid to late 20s on the front, then their mediums are going to be really, really in trouble. As is Esteban Ocon going to be, hopefully, into 130R here. Although I'm just drifting too far wide. Not quite close enough. Alright, we'll try again next lap. Ocon looking to the inside. Gonna make them both slow around here. Ocon out of position, and we've nabbed him. That is opportunistic to the very definition of the word. He tried to make a move on Valtteri and gain a position, popped himself out of position on track, and now he's popped himself out of position with the standings as well. Down to P14 for Ocon, up to P13 for us. We can see the gap now to Zhou, and that train where the points are, now with a Ferrari at the head of it rather than the Aston Martin and Lance Stroll. And we'll see whether we're actually gaining on that gang now that the tyre wear seems to be coming to us, or whether they are still gapping us. Not sure which way round it is at the moment, but Valtteri Bottas is going to be just as vulnerable here as Esteban Ocon was the lap before. And the aim is to be P12 before too long. We might try and do to him what we did to Daniel Ricciardo, actually. Get him into turn one. Surprised he's not burning his battery down this straight like a lot of them have been, but trying to save a bit more of it now, evidently. I'm going to be patient here, wait behind him, take the DRS, and then hopefully take the free position.
Slowly
Just
gaining on the car in front. Try to
like
keep up this momentum.
this. It's a carbon copy of the Daniel Ricciardo deal. Daniel Ricciardo move. Although I nearly messed it up. Right, 9 seconds there or thereabouts to those in front. Are we gaining, or are they getting dragged along by the Ferrari? You can see the time tumble in the first sector, because we do just have a massive tyre advantage. We might yet still get points today, ladies and gentlemen. We might still yet get points today. That is actually a purple Sector 1. Fastest of anybody so far in the opening 21 laps. We are starting to become the fastest car on circuit. And now those gaps in front are drastically dropping. Now 7.9. It was 9 seconds at the beginning of the lap. Are we really gaining that much in the first sector? That's huge right now, especially considering we're not planning on stopping for another 10 laps or so, and they probably will be in within the next 4 or 5. As far as we can make out, Alexander Albon is the only driver on a 2-stop. I don't believe his stop was enforced by damage. Indeed, it wasn't. Alex Albon still the sole remaining 2-stopping car. It might work for him. Maybe the Williams is just too hard on its tyres. It wouldn't work for me. This hard to medium rather than medium to hard strategy at present is now starting to properly work for us. But they might be able to do to me at the end of the race what I've done to them here in the middle of it. So we won't count our chickens just yet.
Okay, mate, picking your moments to use DRS is important, so let's try and be as consistent as possible with it, please.
Worn mediums were very noticeable for he in your race, were they? We could definitely get to lap 33 or 35, I think, TT. You're right. 23 to 24 is when they pit for you, is it? That's when I'm expecting them in between 23 and 25, yeah. We've probably got quite a bit of overtaking left to do on track. If we can gap those behind as much as possible in the meantime, until they pit, I'll get my elbows out defensively. We're still absolutely fine on fuel as well. In fact, we're gaining fuel. So that's good news. The Haas isn't quite so much of a drinker as we thought it might have been. It was just that first race in Bahrain where we had to really save quite a bit of it. Was it Bahrain or was it Jeddah? Can't remember. We had to save fuel somewhere. We shouldn't have to do that now.
Teammate by 11.8 seconds.
Could have given myself floor damage there.
It's time to utilise some of this energy. Come on.
Be careful going overtaking the one. Fernando Alonso is leading the Grand Prix again. Just noticed, bottom left. The Aston Martin in front once more. Max Verstappen hasn't had it all his own way so far this season. He might have had every pole position, but he's only got 2 wins in the opening 3, and at the minute you couldn't call who's going to win this one either. Well, he is back in
so
P1.
the car ahead, 6.1 seconds.
They are switching positions at the lead of the Grand Prix, seemingly quite regularly. Nobody in the pits yet, though, for their first and presumably only stop. It will be about lap, well, any time now, effectively, when we expect the AI to come in and box. We've got engine failures on. Although at the minute, there have been no mechanical failures of any kind for anyone, or a yellow flag, or a DNF, or anything. But that's the same for everybody at the moment. So sure what the reason is. I saw Nick 28T actually mention on Twitter that he and Net had a couple of DNFs in their 2-player career mode, so I wonder if it's just a single-player career mode thing. Might be. Who knows? Esteban Ocon behind is in for his pit stop. The first to bite the bullet. Is he the only one to bite the bullet this lap? It looks so.
Okay,
So,
Kevin's
oh no,
in for his
Kevin's
stop
in
now.
as well. Literally well timed, Kev. So Kevin should hopefully, potentially stand a chance of undercutting a little bit here. He was dead last by a couple of seconds, but because he's putting his fresh tyres on sooner than the others, if he can bang in a couple of very, very quick outlaps, he might have the chance of actually earning a couple of positions. Please do, Kev, because at the minute you're having a terrible season. What are you doing, Ches?
Okay, be careful. We think you're going to start losing some tyre grip anytime now.
You're telling me. He's like, yeah, actually, I am. K-Mag is very much washed at the minute, unfortunately. And Finn, going increase doesn't make any difference. I can't remember if I actually said that or not. I meant to. Oh, lots of pitters now. Lots of pitters now. Here's where we gain some positions. I'm actually just going to burn some battery
Norris is in the pits.
here. They're all going to hard as expected. That is us up into P7 as it stands. It's not a net P7, but P7 for the time being. And hopefully we can get ourselves back into the points by the end of the race. We are just coming up to, once we get halfway through the next lap,
Pulling out a second
half race
lap on the car
distance.
behind. Really good stuff.
So fingers crossed the medium tyre works well for us and lasts well for us. We can maybe go a bit further on them,
Okay, keep
or at
an eye
least
on
be a
that
bit
gap
quicker
ahead,
on them
please.
for a bit longer than the AI were.
4.6 seconds.
Judging by our race strategy program in practice, our tyre wear is decent around here. So you'd like to think, as these cars really are starting to give up now, you'd like to think that we may well have better tyre wear than the other drivers. But we'll wait and see. I'm not sure about extending this to lap 33 or 5 or so at the moment. These hards are starting to give up, but I'm going to have to go further on the mediums if I pit now. I have to go to at least lap 30 here to make this strategy work. Everybody else in the pits. We will be leading the Grand Prix in just a moment's time. That moment is now. We are leading the Grand Prix. Don't get used to it yet. We're not going to be consistently leading Grand Prix until midway through Season 3, I'd imagine, in this save. But it is nice to occasionally find ourselves in a winning position with strategy. Now, safety car would be lovely right now. Free stop for me. But I have a funny feeling it's not going to happen. It's into the hairpin that I'm really struggling at the moment for tyre wear. Or grip, anyway. And the hard tyre's taken age to warm up, so I'm hoping that will play to my advantage here as well. Actually, even though, in theory, you say lighter car, faster car. But when it comes to warming up your tyres, actually, you want a bit of a heavier car, so the tyres are being forced into the ground a bit more by the weight, which will in turn warm the tyres up a little bit quicker. So my hard tyres probably fired up quicker at the beginning of the race than those that have just pit will do now. That said, they're just in better cars than the Haas, aren't they, regardless of who's at the wheel. So I'd imagine that they will be on me very, very quickly. But key to point out, both Red Bulls there double stacked, or Red Bull double stacked with both their cars. Lewis Hamilton has jumped to P3 and net P2 right now. Perez, I think, is past Verstappen as well. And not sure whether the other Mercedes pit as well. I think Mercedes might have double stacked as well as Red Bull. And, well, we may well see some changing in the order between now and the end of the race. Yeah, 31 is probably the go-to, isn't it, for a stop. Heed, thank you very much for the follow, mate. Tom Bina is very much elite, I agree. We love the man. Tom Bina. Oh, that was just wheel spin central out of there. Tyres are getting hot now that they're worn as well. We want to go 3 more laps before pitting. At present, it says I'll come out 13th, which is behind the Aston Martin Alliance Stroll, I think. Actually, it might be behind one or both of the might be behind one or both of the Kick Sauber cars as well. They'll all be gaining on me. Everybody is gaining on me now throughout the field because they're all on fresh tyres, obviously, and I'm on these hard tyres that have been on since the very beginning of the race. We're going to pit in 3 laps time and then try and go for the most gutsy opposite strategy that we possibly could have ever done here. Alex Albon will have to pit again soon as well. He's the only car on a 2-stop. Williams trying something different. I don't know whether it's going to work out for him or not. It might do. Mine might do. Both might have been the terrible strategy and we should have just copied everyone else and gone medium hard. Fernando Alonso now going to be within a second of us on exit here. Very close to anyway. Alonso's going to be within DRS range by the end of this lap.
That overtake button a bit more.
Bye, Nando. Soon to probably be bye, Nando. Oh, Verstappen is ahead of Perez. Here he comes. At quite the pace. Now how easy my overtakes were with ERS and DRS. Fernando's now going to do the exact same thing to me.
Okay.
Ready, bye. He's gone. There's no stopping that. 2 laps to go till we stop. We're not boxing this lap. We're going to box on 31. We're going to extend by a single lap. Fernando is faster than you. Yeah, so are the other 19 drivers right now. Actually, Albon we might still have a bit of a pace advantage over Alex Albon. I don't know. He's a little bit lost in the middle at the minute in that Williams. Just in front of that Ferrari in the second DRS train. Do we know when they changed the colour of the house on the minimap? Is it back to white or just it's just a different shade of red at the minute, Benny? But they haven't said anything about actually changing it yet, as far as I'm aware. Although Ad seems to have some information that I don't. Oh, they have on their fixes post, have they? Nice.
Remember, box this lap. Keep an eye on your distance to the speed limit line as you approach and make sure you don't speed.
That might be a thumbnail moment through the chicane, actually, with Verstappen behind. Ahoy. there, maybe? No news on the patch yet. When I know, you'll know. And I imagine they'll make things public as well. Ouch. Punched myself in the head. That should work on the thumbnail. Let's have a quick look, shall we? Chatteroonies. I want Elgato screenshots, please. Pictures. Do-do. Do-do-do. Do-be-do. Does that do-be work? Yeah. Yeah, it does. You can tell that's a Red Bull, can't you? Nice. Change that flag. We already have our thumbnail, unless something better presents itself between now and the end. Oh, well done, Chaz. I'd like the F1 save to get a few more views, Ollie, but it's the nature of it going out on a small channel, I guess. Right. Remember when Alonso did that last lap? Now Verstappen's going to do it this lap. Oh, but only just, actually. Hamilton is going to be very interested in my gearbox. And actually, Verstappen has taken Hamilton at some point on the previous lap or two to get himself back up to P2. And he's now setting after Fernando Alonso. And I am ruining Lewis Hamilton and Sergio Perez's attempts to win this Grand Prix. But sorry, this is full position, so I'm not just going to move out the way for you, lads. Charles Leclerc's back there as well. Sorry, boys. I am boxing this lap, though. I need to get off these hard tyres sharpish. We'll now rejoin 15th. And I need to get myself in for some fresh rubber. ASAP Rocky. Trying to save some battery for my pit stop. You can see how much difference it makes to your overall straight line speed. Trying to refill the battery after trying to utilise a lot of it that lap. It's fine. We're in. We are in for our one and only stop of the race. Hopefully, this strategy is going to work for us and not work against us. Come on in, off we go.
Job from you and the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
Oh, they're just going to get here ahead of me. Oh. If we could have come out ahead of Bottas and Ocon, that would have been huge. We will now have significantly better tyres, though. So I need to get around these guys as soon as is humanly possible. Thank you, Brad, for the subscription, my dude. Alright, I'm going for it.
To get past here, use overtake, use overtake.
I do need to get past. I have gotten past Mark. I'm going to try and do the same to Valtteri Bottas if we can as well and get after Zhou Guanyu as soon as possible. The aim is to try and catch that gaggle of cars going around Spoon 2 with the two McLarens in it for some points. Aiming for a personal best finish, if we can, here in Japan. Time will tell whether we can actually do it or not. nice to have pace and grip back. 5 Valtteri. We've done this once before. We're doing it again. Sorry, pal. Get me to the points. 9 seconds to Stroll.
Nice move. Good
And if
job.
we catch Stroll, we catch the other 3 or 4 that are there as well. That's the aim. 21 laps, including the one that we're on, to do it. It's a long way to take these medium tyres, unfortunately. We'll do what we can. Might be a case of getting the position and then trying desperately to hang on to the position. Bit of wheel spin there. Fastest lap of the race.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 17.0 seconds.
Now, I don't think anyone will beat that unless when
Increasing
the
our gap
fuel
on the car behind
wears
by about
off,
a second a lap.
Max Verstappen can go a bit faster. But at the minute, he's still stuck behind Fernando Alonso. The front two are continually significantly further forward of the others because I got in the way. Sorry about that. Sorry, not sorry. I hope to keep that fastest lap till the end of the race with this alternative strategy. Although Alex Albon, actually, when he pits for a second time, he might end up getting the fastest lap. And at the moment, I believe he is holding up that train in front of us. He is indeed. Medium is what he's done so far. And he will be stopping very soon. He pit on lap 17. So you imagine he's probably going to box about lap 34, which is this lap. So Albon should be in at the end of this lap, I imagine, to strap on the hard set of tyres. And he may well go slightly faster than my current fastest lap. Time will tell. But if he could stay out a little bit longer and hold up that gaggle of cars even more so, I will buy him a pint on the flight back to the UK. Alex, stay out of the pits. He's going into the chicane now. Please, Alexander Albon, stay out of the pits. A purple middle sector for us. Balls, he's in the pits. We thought it might happen. It is. It will be us up to P11 though. Sorry, P12. And then Zhou will be down to P12 when we take him here.
Okay, you're catching the car ahead.
So
but
we will now be
remember, we need to
P11.
get to the end of the race on these tyres.
Swing past him. Now then, 7.2 seconds. Can it be done? For a World Championship point again. Gunning if we can get past Stroll and Piastri for a personal best
Okay,
finish
right, we've got
thus
a
far
full
this
battery,
season.
Which means we can use more of it to gain performance. Let's go.
Might even set a faster lap here, considering we're now using ERS for this objective.
Great stuff. It looked like you made easy work of that target. Let's try and keep that going right through to the end of the race.
I did make easy work of that target. Might as well use up the entirety of the rest of the battery for the rest of the lap to try and set a lap time that's fast enough that no one will catch it for the rest of the race. Is it going to be a purple middle as well? It is indeed. Just a couple of corners left to go. If we can nail the chicane, we might be into the 31s for a fastest lap here. Chicane quite well nailed, actually. Use the remaining ERS that we've got. Oh, it was very nearly a 30. Just taken 1.1 seconds off the previous fastest lap. That should be unbeatable, I hope, by the end of the race. Annoyingly, we only really gained by about a second on those in front of us, so I'm not sure how confident I am of getting that PB at the moment, given the fact that our tyres will start to go off in about 7 or 8 laps' time. Already at 11% on the front left. Hopefully you guys are enjoying so far, though. Jay Chris, thank you for the follow, mate. Welcome to the gang, my dude. I hope so. I don't want to get to the gaggle and then run out of tyre. That would be pretty gutting. Come on, the boys. Keep going, lads. You can get there. Apparently, Mbappe has a £100 million signing on bonus, which is, I think, similar to what he got for PSG in his last contract as well. The boy has a lot of pennies at the moment. Oh, the Ches. Yeah, right, okay.
Okay, the car behind is dropping back. We're seeing a gap starting to form.
I know, just saw it on Discord. Tyres are 14 front left, 11 front right, 10 and 9 on the rears.
Okay,
With
here's the gap that we're
16
trailing the car
laps
ahead
to
by
go.
3.1 seconds.
We can see that group in front though now. We have caught them. And it's now a case of how many can we get past before our tyres go off, and then how many can we stay ahead of when that does happen. At the moment, I really don't know.
The pace is strong, but be aware these tyres need to go the distance. We've got a lot of spare energy. Okay to use your overtake button.
Right. I'm going to have a quick final toilet break, and then we can just slam out the end of the race. Because I'm definitely going to have to go between now and the end of the race. I don't want to go mid-battle. So I shall be back in a couple of moments, BRB. And then it's to the end. Helps if you unmute and pause the music, doesn't it? Well done, trees. Ready? Points inbound, right? Four, I believe. Slough, 4.
Keep managing your tyres. Manage your tyres.
Yeah. 2 wide. They're almost 3 wide in front into turn 1.
Gap to your teammate behind, 26.5 seconds.
Yeah. Kevin is still running dead last despite trying to pull off that undercut, so that went well for him. My tyres are going to be horrendous by the end of the race, so if I'm to get a personal best finish, if we're to score any points today, it's going to be a real challenge actually.
Use your overtake button for more power. We need to
A
push.
significant challenge. Don't know at this moment in time whether I'm actually going to be able to pull it off. We're going to be within DRS range of Lance Stroll for this next lap though. I hope anyway. Hello boys, I have arrived. I haven't overtaken any of you yet, but I'm part of the gang. Sainz, Norris, Piastri, Stroll, me. What will the order be come the end of lap 53? That was an unintentional rhyme. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. Getting ahead is one thing, staying ahead is going to be quite another. Hello Lance, that is a lunge from me. I just let off the brakes to then get an extra run in and slammed on again. That's P10. 21% on the front left tyre. After 8 and a bit laps on this compound. Yikes. I think it may well be P11 for us this season, this particular Grand Prix. I'm going to go for it on Lance again. So just behind at the DRS detection point. So I'll have DRS. He might have DRS as well he does from the McLaren in front. Lando and Carlos Sainz are going for it almost every single lap here, which is costing them time. If I can get in front of all 3 of them, hopefully they battle like that continually. And it will hold them up and help my plan or ploy to finish P7 or 8th or 9th, all of which would be a personal best. You can quite clearly see from the minimap though just how far away we are from winning Grand Prix. As we come into the hairpin, Alonso and Verstappen, oh Christ, come on Chaz, are already on their way out of Spoon and down towards 130R. We're a long way away from getting even remotely close to a podium, but that's the whole point of a longer career mode like this. We want to be doing this for 3-4 seasons, have a full Formula 1 career and journey. I'm going to go defensive here on Lance, why not? That's why not. He's just too quick. Or is he? Yes. I could do the same again though.
Keep on him, he might make a mistake.
I think I might have just got DRS there. Slight bit of contact with the back of Lance, but able to hold him off. This might be our battle now. I don't know as I'm going to have enough
Gap to the car ahead.
to keep with those in front now.
1.8 seconds.
It might be a case of us battling with Lance Stroll for the next 12 laps, trying desperately to earn a World Championship point and match my personal best. And I'll be honest, I don't have much confidence at the moment with that front left being that worn and offering that little grip already. There's still so far to go. But boxing again just isn't an option. Front left is over 25, yeah, but we don't know when the drop off is, or if there's a drop off like last year, this year. Front left 26%, rears 19 and 17, and still a long way to go. At least we've been able to hold off Lance Stroll this lap. And that was a bit of a lock up there, I think, from one of the two in front. Lando might have made a mistake, which is rare at the minute from the AI, but...
Well done, but be aware, these tyres need to get us to the end
Oh
of this
no, Lance, don't! I'm trying to catch those in front. Please, no! He hasn't. Oh, thank God for that. Right. Can I just try and get one of the two in front? Don't think Sainz is doable, but one of Piastri or Norris might be.
Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy.
Not possible, Millie. As far as I can recall, pressures are already at 100%. Now, I like that there's only one DRS zone here. A DRS zone that we are in now. See the difference in traction though. My car is struggling to get the power down out of the chicane now. Almost at 30% on the front left with 10 laps to go. These tyres are going to be properly cooked at the end of the Grand Prix. Norris and Sainz are going for it here, side by side through the S's. It's great to watch. Not very great to be sat behind though. Norris finally gets his man. I am contemplating boxing again, but I don't know if there's enough time left in the race to make the positions back again. Oh, I thought having a look at Piastri there. Oh, he went defensive into Spoon. I've caught the rear of him. That might force the issue. I might have to stop again.
Mind that front wing, it's going to need replacing if it takes too much damage.
Well, Decision made. That is going to be killer through the first sector. I'm going to have to box.
Okay, take it easy on the car. We can't sustain this level of damage.
Piss off. It's not even a 10-second pin in real life. Forced into the box for a second time then. To change our front wing. It's my own mistake. I will pay the price for it. Now then.
Okay, go, go, go! That was a fantastic stop. Faster than we were expecting.
Myself and Alex Albon got a lot of time to make up here. So annoyed at myself for running into the back of the car in front. Piastri, we got a run on him into Spoon. And I thought, maybe, do I just stick my nose up the inside? And he went a little bit defensive. I ran out of room and I should have backed out of it. I didn't back out of it. It's my fault. Now then. Damage limitations. With 9 laps to go. I need to be faster than Ocon by 2 seconds a lap. Which is very much doable. It's just a case of whether I can actually do it or not.
Starting to catch the car in front, but we need to look after the tyres. We won't be making another pit stop. Okay, gap to the car in front, 5.2 seconds. Okay, 4 seconds separate us and the car behind. 4 seconds.
Extending the fastest lap of the race by half a tenth. It's not really going to do much in the grand scheme of things. I was just under 2 seconds a lap faster than Ocon. I think we are going to finish P14 here. Ultimately, there was no point trying to hang on. I just lost the position to Stroll. And that was before we'd even tried to get through this first sector. So I was never going to finish any higher than P11 anyway. So it was worth giving it a go. Stopping and trying to claw back the time. But I just... oh, especially going deep there. I just don't think it's going to happen, unfortunately. Paying the price for my own mistake, which is fair enough. ultimately, the only idiot here is me. I'm driving like one entirely now. The AI are being retrained with the new handling, yes. Drew, thank you for the follow, mate. So hopefully, like you say, it will be factored in. So much faster than even Alex Albon at the minute on. He's newer than the other drivers, Hards. He pit 34, of course, they pit like 24. And we've zipped up behind Alex Albon here. Now, don't make the same mistake on Alex Albon that you did on Piastri, Ches. Well done. I think I'd rather take the DRS off the back of Alex Albon. I'll try and get him into the chicane, but play some DRS games and ensure that we're the ones that cross the line second. Which I think we were by about half a car length. There's the DRS. Now blitz your ERS and disappear. P14. Oi, steady. It is harsh on myself given that the AI is almost literally faultless at the moment. But I don't want to just flash back everything. It was just a genuine mistake on my part, trying to rush up the inside of Piastri when I was being too impatient. I've no one to blame for but myself, so it was a poor race IQ decision. So I don't mind taking the hit there. It's my fault. I'll pay for it. Oh, I was about to say, could be another fastest lap here, then I did that. It is another fastest lap there, even though I did that. A 130.8. Could have been a 130.6, maybe, if I hadn't drifted wide there. 4 laps to go, 8.2 seconds to gap. Can we finish back in P11? Would have been all we were able to muster with the front wing damage, was a maximum of a P11. So we'll see if we can still get it. 3.5 laps to go, 6.5 seconds to go, ish. Quali laps to the end. Exactly, mistakes are also part of the realism of the progression of the Sable, so... Three laps, 6 seconds. Ooh. We'll probably cross it. We might well be in a situation where we're like, oh, one more lap and we would have got it done. You just saw them disappear out of sight over the top of the brow of the hill. I'm trying my hardest here to gain back some of what we've lost. And it is tough. Can't afford any even minor mistakes now. We've got to be on it till the very end. Four seconds, 2 laps. We'll probably cross the line within a second of them, but not close enough to do anything about it. Couldn't afford that mistake. Well, 2 seconds, 1 lap. We have gained on them by 2 seconds a lap. But unfortunately, 2 seconds a lap only gets us to the back of them, not past. Whether if we'd have stayed out with the broken wing, we'd have been able to stay ahead of Valtteri Bottas, or whether this trio would have closed in on us from behind with warm tyres and a broken front wing, I don't know. But we certainly wouldn't have stayed ahead of Lance Stroll, who was already, in fact, getting me on the exit of the chicane in towards the pit stop anyway. So we would not have scored any points today with that mistake. It's a mistake we'll learn from. A mistake we shall not make again. And next time we're in the position, we will get points. Max Verstappen gets maximum points. 25 for him. Looks like we're going to keep... Oh, balls. We're going to keep the fastest lap to the end of the race. Max from Fernando, from Sergio Perez by the looks of the minimap. Then both Mercedes and Charles Leclerc. Can we? Maybe on the exit of the chicane? Maybe on the way into the chicane? Oh, what a lunge. What a lunge! Esteban Ocon, bye-bye, sir. Leaving Alpine at the end of the season IRL. And leaving P13 in the end as well. Well, we'll take that as a final overtake, won't we? Oh, that is a dive bomb, pal. Jeez Louise. Get that done. P13 in the end then. Driver of the day. I'll take that. A driver of the day performance. Although, probably a tainted driver of the day performance. With the front wing damage and the mistake forcing the extra pit stop. Had I not made that mistake, it's hard to tell because there were still so many laps left to go. There were so many laps left to go at the end there that we might not have been able to hold on ahead of Lance Stroll for the rest of the race anyway. So P11 would have been probably as good as we could have gotten anyway because my tyres would just continued to decline. But in the end, P13 we shall take. It is what it is. I'm going to get an improvement to all of my stats regardless. My awareness has shot up there, as has my pace. Focus, wow, almost 2 whole ratings. And we've gone from 68 and a bit to 68 and a lot there. And now my recognition has gone up. From 44 to 47%, I now have the 3rd perk there of R&D Rush. We are closing in. Oh dear. Massively closing in on K-Mag. Unfortunately, we're not closing in on anyone in the driver's standings, but in the next Grand Prix, which I think might be Miami? Question mark? Japan to Miami, maybe? I'm not sure off the top of my head. I'm led to believe that the AIR is the Chinese Grand Prix. Okay, I like China, very much so. We've got 4 goals available here, which we will select now. And hopefully those goals will be set. And achievable, doable. And we will get ourselves closer yet still to overtaking K-Mag in the reputation stakes. Well on our way to the 70 rated we need to match our... Still only regular with K-Mag, even though we're absolutely bossing him. He's devastated, look in the background. Yeah, we're flying. We're flying. The rating is so low that if we didn't fly, it would be questionable. Hopefully we should get some more parts become available very, very soon indeed to upgrade. And we'll actually advance as far as that Chinese Grand Prix to get, hopefully, some more things past. Cable assembly and the cylinder head. The cable assembly fails.
We were expecting some new developments to come through.
No luck, have we, whatsoever?
Failed quality control. We're going to need to tell the team what to redevelop via the R&D screen.
Oh, meep. Well, please pass. Okay, some of it's passed. Can we do anything else, or are we just going to wait now? Should really do something on the chassis, shouldn't we? We're actually above RB now, if you look at the performance index above me, so we're no longer the worst car on track. But until that cable assembly passes, we can't do anything else on the chassis. So we're just going to have to suck it up for the time being. I could put some rear downforce in if I had the resource points available, but I don't. But certainly chassis is going to be the main port of call for us, I think, moving forward. Right, let's not make any mistakes moving forward with engine parts. We haven't made any, to be fair, so far, but we are going to return to our more worn parts for practice for China to ensure that we don't incur any penalties, or at least minimise any penalties taken between now and the end of the season. But join me for the next one then. It will be the Chinese Grand Prix from the Shanghai International Circuit, a track I very much enjoy. Up next, we may well be challenging for points again there, I hope. Anyway, Japan should have wielded points. It ultimately didn't, but we know why, and we can rectify that moving forward, and I will do exactly that. Thank you very much for watching. Please do drop the video a like if you're continuing to enjoy this save. It really means the world to me and really helps the channel out as well. If you're not subscribed, then do so. If you're not following me on Twitch or the YouTube streaming channel, links in the description down below, then do so. And if you want to grab yourself some setups, of course, there's a link to SRC as well. That's all from me for today. Appreciate your support as ever, guys. I will see you very soon for the Chinese Grand Prix as well. And end recording. K-Bar, thank you very much for the follow, mate. Right, let's send you guys on a raid, shall we? Who is live right now that we can send you guys to? Let me refresh. Dale is live at the minute. Let's send you to Dale on F124. Currently doing some open lobbies, I think. Just got a close-up of his face as I loaded the stream. Hi, Dale. Not my teammate anymore. Not even in the same in the same category as me anymore. But we hope to return to F1 as soon as we possibly can and join Dale back amongst the ranks. We will play the prediction out though. For those of you that said P9 or lower, congratulations. There you go. And for now, I'm live again tomorrow, all freaking day again. So we will have the Chinese Grand Prix on stream tomorrow. We will record, hopefully, 2 episodes of the Realistic RTG in the FIFA save tomorrow as well, and plenty still to come. Thank you for your support as ever, guys. You've been fantastically supportive of this save and of the Realistic RTG as well. Long may it continue. I'll see you tomorrow for a few more.